It's actually a very arrogant question, and it's a very distorted question. The premise is false. Where does the soul go to when we die? So I'll give you this dialogue that I used to explain it. The dialogue goes like this. Imagine a discussion between an air conditioner or a refrigerator and electricity. Just, bear with me. So the refrigerator is plugged in. Okay, great. And it's cooling food. Now suddenly the plug is pulled, and the refrigerator says to electricity, where do you go to when the plug is pulled? And electricity answers to the refrigerator, what do you mean where I go to? Where did you come from? You're a little box that was just created in the last 19th and 20th century. I've been around from the beginning of time, and I'm everywhere. And then, once they created this box called you, you've contained me, you've confined me in your box, and so you become a cooling agent that cools food, that refrigerates food inside of you. So what do you mean where I go? Where'd you come from? You're the newcomer to the scene, not me. Basically, the expression that when we ask where does the soul go to, it's implying that here is where it's at, and where does the soul suddenly go? But maybe it's the other way around. The soul is where it's at, and this world is a newcomer. We're like the box. The soul enters the box. You and I are the box, the refrigerator, and the soul, which is a force of electricity, enters into this box for a period of time, and then it just goes back to its natural place. The fact that you're not familiar with that place, or you have no idea, is just no different than a refrigerator is not familiar with electricity. All it is a box. The material world is very myopic vision. We have very narrow vision. We only see the here and now. We don't see the larger journey of life. Spiritual people understand that it's all stages in a journey. I think it was one thinker that said, we are not material people having spiritual experiences. We're spiritual people having a material experience. In other words, it really comes down to how we see life. Is this it? And the soul is some type of exotic novelty? Or is the soul it, and this is some exotic novelty? It's a whole different way of looking at life. So essentially, it doesn't necessarily relieve the pain of loss of death, but it makes you understand that when the soul moves on, it didn't go anywhere. It may be right here, except it's not being contained in a container that we can see. So it's spiritually here, but not materially here. Whereas we in this material world live in the illusion we only see on this side of the curtain. We don't see behind the curtain.